fundraising? Like, how did you approach people? How did you manage the fund?
Yeah.
And obviously spend. What are your experiences?
Yeah. People usually don't want to give their money, especially to like a kid who doesn't have like a track record behind them. And so what I would do is I would find local businesses. Like I found all the businesses in Global Mall and other like Indian malls or Indian places. And I would like literally just email them saying, hi, this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I've done so far. If you could donate like $100, we would do this in return for you. So like the way how I would advertise is that like $100 sponsorship, we would advertise their logo on our website, or if we were to set up a booth anywhere, like we set up a booth at VIPA, their marathon. So we would have their doing like a lot of healthcare stuff. I got accepted into like a few medical focused places and like a few like BSMD programs where you can be a doctor. But then I decided that like I really asked myself like is that what I wanted to do, and then I kind of understood that I like executing. Like I'd rather like start something, be in the action field rather than like studying for a long time, because that's just not who I was. And so I started to looking into like entrepreneurship and starting businesses, which is why I chose Berkeley, because it's so close to Silicon Valley, Bay Area. There's a lot of venture capital, a lot of fundraising going on, startups. And so that was just like my personal choice, which I thought that was a better fit for me.
Like when you do the interviews, they always ask you about previous experience. But if you don't have previous experience with medical, how would you like approach that?
So I lives because they're like older, they need help, and so I would say that I would help them get their daily chores done. If they needed to go get medicine from somewhere, I would be the one to go get it. And then me being around them so much made me want to take care of older patients. And so that was my reason to go into medicine at that time, was to take care of older patients because of personal experiences where I like took care of my grandparents. And so you can find very similar things, whether it be your grandparents or like, let's say you had a friend who like had surgery, who like they were like on they're at the hospital for a few weeks. So you taking care of them, you got to, when you were there at the hospital, you saw how doctors operated, you saw nurses going in and out, you talked to nurses, and then you like saw that that's how the life at a hospital is like, and that really interested you. And so you can find like daily situations and then kind of spin it in a way that makes it seem like that to get your first opportunity. For like Northside, and like a lot of other hospital volunteering programs, because they get literally hundreds of applications every day, it's really important that on the first day, even if you have to like miss school for a bit, you literally go drive to the place and hand it into them. Because I know like with Northside Hospital, like I volunteered there for like 3 summers, and like I started to get the inside scoop on it, and it was like you have to literally be out there on the first day handing in your application, because it's like on a first come first serve, and they get like hundreds, especially through the mail. And if you do it through the mail, there's no guarantee that you giving it means that they get it, because it like can get lost or it gets at the bottom of the pile.
There are quite a few volunteer opportunities, I guess, like at old age homes, maybe trying to do some volunteer work. So that will add up to all this in the resume.
Yeah, and the one which, so like 7th grade, I started like reaching out to different places where I could volunteer, and I saw that old age homes were relatively more reciprocal or receiving of students volunteering. And so I would go there, and so I live in Johns Creek, but it was located in DeKalb, so it was like a 40-minute drive. So every like Saturday I would go there, and I would help them play bingo, or I'd do like arts and crafts, nothing necessarily medically related, but because you have that kind of interactions and exposure to people who receive medical care, you start to like understand what is like needed. And so like in an interview, you can spin it off, like you working and being around people who need medical care, you start to like build that kind of personal interaction, personal relationship with them. and that's what they're looking for.
Art and because of the American art, it's also about give opportunities to youth
Yeah.
to volunteer a lot. So
Yeah. So there's like the AHA. There's like Red Cross. I was involved in Red Cross, not too much, because my understanding at that time was the only way to really help was through blood drives or by fundraising. But I personally just wanted to do something else, and so we had a Red Cross club at our school, and so I was involved for like a year or two. So that's like definitely one way to go. It's like getting leadership experience, climbing up the ladder in your club, in your healthcare club at school. If there is no club like that at your school, then you can start it. All these organizations and nonprofits are very open for students getting involved, and so if you have like an organization in mind which your school doesn't have, you can just like contact them, ask if they'd be willing for you to start it at their school, and then just whatever your process is at your school, do that to open a club.